going. I got something that I'm thinking about. It's kind of heavy on my heart, and it is the difference between extrinsic motivators and intrinsic motivators. Extrinsic motivators being how you look, competition, ego involvement, outward appearance, a lot of the things that get us into fitness, and a lot of the things that we're doomed to fail if we continue down that path. They're good starters, they're good igniters, they light the fire, but they're not gonna last you. They're not the whole caboose that's gonna last you the whole journey. So intrinsic motivators, on the other hand, are gonna be from internal. So how we feel, things like our self-confidence, trying to be healthy, feeling like we're doing the right thing, building our work ethic. Any of those things are intrinsic motivators. They kind of keep the flame going well after we start. And the reason I want to talk about it is because we in the fitness industry are failing at this right now. The fitness industry is an utter failure for intrinsic motivation and teaching self-love. Okay? Fitness, your fitness plan should be all about you getting fit, you getting healthy, and then you transferring that into other areas of your life. It's about being a better person. Fitness is literally like a self-help book for business. It's the same thing. The principles that you take from fitness, you take into the business world, you take into the family life. You can become a better person in every area of your life with fitness. You learn discipline, you learn the dedication, all of that. And you're doing only extrinsic minded stuff and only being worried about the look is not going to do that. That's going to cause a lot of self-hate, a lot of punishment to yourself, and it's going to cause you to grind your gears against your body versus learn how to work and speak your body's language. If you guys try to beat your body into submission, it will always revolt and you will always be derailed. You're going to crash and burn. However, if you go and you try to learn how to jive with your body and you learn the certain cues that you have, if you learn that, maybe you need to eat a couple hundred extra grams of carbohydrates or a couple hundred extra calories and a few extra grams of carbs or a little bit more fat, or maybe you need to skip a workout, you need to back off a little bit because you're a little sore. Even though you had a workout scheduled today, you're learning how to kind of jive with it, right? Like you need to kind of stay home. And then there's also times where you just need to man up and you just need to go in and you need to hit it anyway, right? Sometimes you're just having, your mindset's weak. There's that too. But learning how to jive with your body and learning how to agree with it and listen to the signs and symptoms that it's given you, that's that intrinsic health. That's working from the outward. You're listening to your body versus the other way around, where you're just trying to always just bludgeon things. Okay? You're not going to get results long term if you're doing that. In the beginning, yeah, we're all couch potatoes when we go to start fitness, right? So we get into a fitness plan, we're not used to working out. It all sucks, man. Fitness, every time you work out, your muscles burn, they ache, it sucks, you want to go home. It's no fun. It's no fun at all. So yeah, in the beginning, you kind of got to force the situation a little bit. But eventually, when that calms down and that 40-pound goal that you have, losing that fat, starts to get smaller and smaller, that window, and you're losing that weight and you're getting there, eventually, you guys, you're going to get to your goal. And then what are you going to do? Then what is it about? A lot of people gain that weight back. Most diets tend to fail. Most diets. It's pretty staggering. Most people, when they diet down, they put that weight back on and some within a year. Within 6 years, most people have gained more weight than they ever took off. The more times you diet is equated to the more weight you gain. It's pretty grim shit. So you diet 7 times, well guess what? You're going to put on fat 8. That's what the statistics say. And a lot of that is due to poor intrinsic motivators. There was never that gap. It's like being in a relationship, and for the first 6 months it's great. The sex is great, you guys are going to dates all the time, you're playing touch butt all over, like you're having fun, you're out in public, you can't get your hands off each other, and you guys are totally infatuated with each other. You can't stop thinking about them. But then one day you wake up and it's gone. All of a sudden you're not turned on every second of the day. Or maybe you're getting a little annoyed with that person. Or you start seeing these little things that they do, these little quirks that they were quirks and they were cute in the beginning, but now they're not. Now they're annoying, right? Well, you have an opportunity here. You can go one of two ways, you guys, in this relationship. You can either fail at it and think that the relationship's over and there's no true love, or you can learn that you need to transfer that infatuation into love itself. And it's the same thing with your fitness goals. You need to learn how to take an extrinsic motivators that have got you to where you want or almost to where you want and transfer them into intrinsic motivators. Point being, focusing on self-love, focusing on health, operating from a point where you want to be better, you want to feel better, you want to live a long time, you're in this for longevity, you're a good person. All these little things, you go to the gym every day, not only for the physical body, but to blow off that steam, to show your discipline and your dedication. So then maybe if you have kids or you have family members that you want to affect, and you want to try and pull people out of this terrible, chronic, disease-ridden country that we have, you want to pull people with you, that's the reason to work hard. That's the reason to keep the body that you've created. It's got to be about more than just how you look. How you look is great. It's obviously a big factor. Anybody who says it's not a factor, it's complete bullshit. We all want sex appeal. We all want to look good, right? We all want to have that lean, cut up physique. And you need to have those little motivators that you can go find for that. You need to be able to look at pictures of people who have done it, and they show you that it can be done, that it can be done the right way, it can be done through health. But we also need people that are speaking to the point of intrinsic motivation too. And the hard thing nowadays is you're not really seeing people who, one, exemplify their hard work and are in shape, and they have extrinsic motivators, right? They're extrinsically motivated, they want to look good, and then two, they also combine that with intrinsic motivation. You know what I mean? It's a real problem, man. You only see like yogis or people who are really woo-woo on one side, these witch doctors that talk about self-love, and they have a lot of good points to make, right? But it falls on deaf ears because they're never really in impressive shape, because they don't feed your extrinsic motivators. They don't feed like that reward system of like, man, fuck, I gotta look like that guy right there. I gotta look like that girl. Look at her glutes. Like look at her shoulders, or look at he's shredded, man. Look at his abs. Like that's obviously important to us. That speaks to us. That's the visual representation, right? But we also need to focus on the intrinsic side. We need people that are doing both. You need to have the education. You need to back it up with your application. And then you got to pass it on. But we need a little bit of both, man. We need a little bit of both. So like I said, health, focusing on health, longevity, self-love, self-betterment, being a better person, being a good leader in your community, and trying to help other people out, being a poster boy and a good steward of the information that you have, that you've gained in the process of reaching your outward appearance goals. That's what's inspiring. That's what brings things all together. Okay? That brings this thing full circle. You get the look going, but then you're also willing to help people, and you want to show up to the gym because it's a sign of how dedicated you are. It means everything, you guys. And like I said, it'll leak into every area of your life. You get your body in shape because of extrinsic motivators, and then all of a sudden you're in it for health because you feel good and you're eating salads every day and you're taking care of your gut health and you're sleeping enough, and you're doing it because you're doing it for the greater good. You're not just doing it because you look good. You're doing it because you feel good. You're doing it because from the inside out it makes you a better person. You're a better husband or wife. You're a better father or mother. You're a better brother or sister. Whatever it is for you, that's an intrinsic motivator. And when you guys start doing your fitness for that reason, all of a sudden you're going to go to work and ask for a promotion. Or maybe you'll go out on your own business and you'll take the big risk of starting your own business, and you create the life that you want to live. And you're doing it because you believe in yourself because of that simple little fitness thing that happened, where you were able to transfer the extrinsic motivators into the intrinsic. And you didn't just die at the extrinsic. You didn't just die there, because a lot of people, they start off over here and they can't transfer that infatuation into true love. What happens is they get derailed over here because they diet too hard, they work out too hard, they don't like what they're doing, and then it turns into binge eating, and then that turns into going to the gym and over exercising because they're trying to punish themselves for the food they ate. And that's all out of self-hate. If you're going to fuel up and eat good food and you're going to overeat, okay, maybe you got a little bit of extra energy to push. I get that. But you see it a lot where people they try to take out their bad diet habits or their stress eating of everyday life out on themselves. We're very bad at taking all of our negative things out on ourselves. And a lot of us do it with food. And then we try to utilize exercise as a means to burn those calories off. And you guys, if you're trying to use exercise to burn calories, man, you're gonna fail every time, dude. That's one of the worst rabbit holes you can go down. You know, you don't eat a ton of calories and then just go work it out. That doesn't even come close. Nutrition is way more important than just a workout. So that's a bad mindset to get in, and that comes from getting derailed and only focusing on the extrinsic motivator that you have, whether that's to get leaner, to get bigger. Never sacrifice your health, you guys. Never sacrifice your health. Always remember why you started, and always do everything in life to become a better person. It needs to build your mind up, not break it down. You'll become a better person if you can do this in the right way. So transfer your extrinsic motivators into intrinsic motivators. The inside, worrying about the long-term picture, the health, the quality of the character of individual that you're creating, not just the abs. You don't want to just be a pretty body. You want to have substance too. You want to be here for a purpose. And when you guys do that, when you focus on the intrinsic motivation to be healthy, and that starts guiding all of your moves and every fork in the road, you're going over health over just the look. That look will come, and it'll come a lot quicker. And you're learning your body's language, and these are things that I wish I would have known in the beginning. And through trial and error and training lots of different clients and lots of different walks of life, I'll tell you that when you can get this right, it catapults anybody into success and into reaching your goals a lot quicker. So if you want to reach your goals, figure that equation out. Why do you want to do this long term? What are your intrinsic factors? And that's going to take you very far. Happy holidays, y'all, and more videos coming. 2 YouTubes a week, so thanks for tuning in. Bye.